Hi everybody, I'm Tiffany on Live with Prima, and I'm going to be sharing with you how to create this canvas. And before I get started, I have a couple announcements. I'm going to pull those up on my phone really quickly. Okay, so the first announcement is the next show coming up, we will be featuring the brand new Prima Loom kit on Tuesday, March 8th at 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can see how you can create your own woven tapestries with Prima's new kit with Courtney. And the new wall decor contest. See the new contest on the Prima blog. Create your own wall gallery using Prima's home decor products such as watercolor panels, carte blanche, wood plaques, coloring book art with frames, lanties, I think it's supposed to say lanties, and more. Visit the Prima blog for more contest details at prima.typepad.com and search Beautiful Home. It was posted about 3 days ago. So on the blog, it's Sharon's. She shows how she did her whole decor. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. And I'm using a 6x6 canvas, and somebody had asked me what type of canvas I was using, and for the canvas that I showed here that I made is I used a flat canvas. So this one it doesn't have like this one's mounted. I don't know really the technical terms, but this one's flat, this one's mounted on wood. So that's the only difference. Okay, and the paper I'm going to be using is this one from the Salvage District collection, and I don't know how to say, maybe you guys can see it. Something royal. All these really fancy names get me. Okay. And the item number is 847524. And I'm going to cut it down to a little bit less than 6x6. Okay. And I just eyeball it. I don't really measure, so. Okay, kind of like this little stain. And then see some of them, like this, I cut a little bit less than 6x6, but the canvas itself must be a little smaller than 6x6. So I'm going to cut a little bit more off. Okay, see how it just kind of creates a little border. Okay, I'm going to use actually, where is my avatar? There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna just glue it down. Using quite a bit of glue because I am going to wet it, and I want to make sure that it's going to stay on the canvas. Hi everybody, it's joining in. Julianne, Nindy. Okay, I need to find, I'm just gonna put my phone there. Well, actually some scissors, so it doesn't wig out on the white. Okay, and then I'm going to take this stencil, and the number is 584559. And it looks like this. Okay, and I'm gonna take a silicone brush and some light paste, and the number for that is 961404. I love these new silicone brushes from Finnabar. I just use them all the time now. They're really, really great for doing this type of thing. And then you can even go this way. Okay. And like always, I'm not really particular about how I put the paste on with the stencil. Kind of like it a little bit uneven and not perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna just kind of go in here, kind of smooth out the edges a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna set this aside to dry, and then I'm gonna get the middle piece, which is item number 583088. These here. Actually need to get my picture out so I could see. Okay, the adhesive on these things are really, there we go. Just a little bit over there so it could dry, and then I'm gonna take just a brush, and then I'm gonna put some gesso on this. Just kind of pouncing it on there just to kind of get in the grooves and give it a little bit more texture. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll bring it up close just a second. Okay, if you haven't seen these, the detail on these are really beautiful, and they're really nice quality. So I'm actually going to heat this really quickly. Maybe if I can untangle my, there we go. Because I'm actually going to put another coat of gesso. So just kind of pouncing it. I kind of got a little bit too much on this side. Okay, and then I'm going to set this aside to dry, and then we're going to move on to the rub-ons. And I did two different things with the rub-ons. I used glitter, and then on one I used the foil. Okay, let me close my gesso up. So any questions so far? Everything Okay. Okay, so the item numbers for these are 971397, and it's these here. Let me take it out of the package. Still kind of hard to see, but this one has a ton of sayings. It says, be yourself, be adventurous, and you can use them however. You can mix and match. And one says, sparkle, I love you, be strong, loved, thank you, life is good. There we go. And I know Robbie just did a class as well, a couple different ones using the rub-ons as well. I think we all love the rub-ons and the foils and everything that you could do with the rub-ons. Let's see, I'm gonna take these scissors. I'm just gonna cut this out. And let me see. Kind of want a little bit less busy paper for the rub-on. Okay, and this one I used for the words, I use glitter. So let me see where I want it. Hopefully I can get it straight. Okay, so you're just gonna put it down. You don't want to move it because it's there and you'll ruin the rub-on if you try to reposition it. Let me get my little stick here. Okay. And these really, honestly, are just, they don't need a lot of time. That's pretty much it. So just want to kind of pull slowly just to be sure. I think I've only had a couple issues with these, and it was because I put my finger on the rub-on, and so it was my fault. So let me I'm actually going to use this paper. So I'm going to take the glitter, and I'm going to use some glitter from this set. I don't have the item number, but I'm sure Delana, she's modding, so she has it. So it comes in a set like this. So you get a bunch of different golds, and then the copper and silver. And I think I'm gonna use. I think I used the real gold color. And then just sprinkle it on. Just like this. I'm gonna make sure it's all covered. You really gotta be careful with this really fine glitter because it kind of gets everywhere if you're not very careful. Just kind of flick it off a little bit. See? And there you go. Actually gonna just put this in the and it's pretty much on there. You might have a little bit of the glitter coming off, but the rub-on is really, really sticky. So I'm actually going to cut these in two. It's going to look and I'm not being very particular. Well, I should have got it straight, but Just gonna cut this one above that. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the Prima tool, just kind of rough up the edges a little bit. I am kind of being careful with where the glitter is. So I'm not like completely touching it. I totally did this one super crooked. All right, it's okay. So any questions? Okay, set that aside. I'm gonna come back to the canvas now. Or actually, I forgot. The other rub-on is the butterfly, and this item number is 971427, and I am using a different butterfly than I did for the actual project. So this one I used that butterfly, and I'm just going to use this plain, you can't really see it, but I'm just going to use a plain butterfly today. Okay, again, I'm just cutting it out, and I'm gonna get my paper again. Okay, I'm just rubbing it. This one I really want to make sure that I get the little antennas really well so they don't come off. I think I touched the side of the butterfly here, so kind of messed it up. Okay, it's that simple. And then the foil. I'm going to use the Something Berry, really pretty colors, if you could see those. And the item number for this is 585648. They come in sheets, and I think I will have enough for that. So you're gonna have the color side up when you do this, and then just a little rubbing is all it really takes. And if you need any more explaining on the rub-ons, be sure to search the Live with Prima classes, because Robbie had done a really great class. She goes in depth on all sorts of ideas and things you can do with the rub-ons. So it didn't quite get a little bit, so you just go back and that's all there is to it. See, really shiny, pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna cut the butterfly out. So if you have any questions, yeah, there's so many different things you can do with the rub-ons. Sorry, I have to kind of concentrate. I'm not as talented as some of the other ladies. Fussy cut and talk and read the chat at the same time. But this project, I hope you can, if you do like it, you can add your own colors that you like. And it could also be a good starting point for the contest. To make this canvas and then some other pieces for the wall. Okay, I'm done. This one's a little bit smaller than the last one, but that's okay. Okay, I'm just kind of trimming the little bit of edges that I missed. Okay, so get that out of the way. I'm gonna come back to the canvas, and it's pretty much almost dry. Maybe you guys can see a little bit of texture on there. Maybe not, because the paper is a little bit busy. But what I did is I took this storm cloud, which is the gray, and the number is 573768. Sorry, I normally wear glasses, and I just, for some reason, when I craft, I don't like to wear them. I should have grabbed them, but just kind of as, instead of just water, I used the gray, and there's no, I didn't use gesso or anything. So, and then I take the deep teal, which the number is 580322. And I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit of splatters. I'm going to use the mica powders as well. And where did I put that? There it is. And the mica powder in teal, and the number is, oh, this one's really small, 962487. Okay, just gonna take a little paintbrush and a little bit of water. Just kind of sprinkle it on. I'm going more in the center of the project and I'm not doing the whole canvas with color. So I like the color just kind of peeking out. Okay. Sometimes I forget when I'm sprinkling it on the mica powders how vibrant the color actually is. So I'm actually just gonna take my brush. I actually took out a watercolor brush for this, and you can use the paintbrush as well, but I'm just gonna kind of guide the color kind of where I want, and then this way I can kind of take off little bits here and there if I find that it's going to be too much. And I like the water brush because if you need water, you can just squeeze it out a little bit. And again, I'm not really worried about the dead center there, just more worried about where the color might peek out through. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit more of the deep teal. This is kind of where the stencil, where I did the stenciling, so it kind of follows the lines a little bit. I like the different shades, and you can also use the soft teal color bloom if you don't have the teal mica powder. Okay. And I'm actually also going to use the oil pastels just for a little bit of splatter. Okay. I used the dark gray actually, so I mean, really you might not even be able to tell on the camera. But let me just get this. Okay, so I just put a little bit on my mat, and I'm just going to add a little bit of water. And this is a different toned gray than the storm cloud gray, so that's why I'm using two different mediums. I'm just kind of flicking, and it's probably, you probably cannot even tell on the camera, but every little thing that you add to a project, it all adds interest and textures and different elements to your project. So I'm going to show you up close kind of how it's coming along. Okay, and if you haven't seen the oil pastels, mine are kind of beat up, but that's what they look like. I love them. Close them back up. Okay, and I'm going to use my heat tool. Thank you, everybody. Okay. And I am going to use the deep teal to spray. This is the metal piece. If you can't tell, it's white on white. I'm just kind of splatter it on. I'm not really looking for full coverage, just a little splatter. And my paintbrush again, and kind of Now you could probably see, well, I'll hold it up close, but you can maybe see the detail in the metal piece a little bit better. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, and we're gonna start layering. Sorry, just gonna take a look at my project here. Okay, so I'm gonna actually lay everything out and then I will glue everything down. So I'm using these flowers, and these are from the Salvage District collection as well. The number is 586423. And I want the ones all the way at the top. So I'm just going to dump them out and then take the leaves off. Okay, so I have one about here and another one on the side there. I'm going to put these back. And the next flowers I'm going to use are these, and the number is 565923. Let's find my scissors. The colors are a little bit different than the actual project. But that's okay. I'm actually gonna open up here and there. And then this is gonna go like this. Sorry, talking to myself here. So I'm just kind of layering a little bit. And then I'm using this frame, and it's from the package. This one here. And the number is 892098. I had an extra one, so that's why I'm just going to use this one. Okay, so it's going to go like this. And the butterfly is going to go like that. These are a little bit bigger than the ones I used, but that's okay. Okay, and then the last flower I'm going to use is these, and these are Valentina Sienna, maybe. The number is 582005. I'm actually going to use this one here. Take the leaves off. And that one's going to go just like that. Just like this. Okay, it's gonna look something like that. I need to grab some chipboard really quick, right behind me. So I'm gonna pop up the words. It's actually really not that, on my screen the purple looks really, really bright, but it's really not that bright. It's a little bit toned down. You never know what kind of things the camera is going to do with the colors and your project, but okay. I'm just going to add the glue to the back here. See if that's high enough. Let's see. I think I'm going to add one more. Okay, and then I'm going to add some to this one. So any questions so far? Okay. Then I actually kind of tore and kind of curled up the edges. Just kind of give it a little bit more character, texture. Okay, so I'm actually going to add the metal piece with this glue. This is the, it's Fabri-Tac. Sometimes I pick up the 3-in-1, sometimes I pick up the Fabri-Tac. It's gonna go just like that, sorry. Gonna add a frame there. And this one. Just like that. Actually gonna pop the bee just one more. Because it sits kind of above right here, so I need it a little bit higher. Then actually I'm gonna flip it around, and then you can see I have 2 chipboards that are about the same, and then one that is towards the top that is smaller. That way I can layer it onto the. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna actually cut those off. Like that, and then it'll lay right on top like that. So let's try this again. And I swear, all the mishaps and everything always happen live. Nothing ever seems to go perfect. I think, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Okay, so it's gonna go there. Gonna add that. You can always make this as a gift, and then you can get the easel. They sell the easels. You can do any sort of inspirational quote on here. Just like that. And this, kind of move everything up just a tad. Whoops. A little bit more. It's That's why I like the liquid glue, because you can always move everything around. You can play around of how exactly you want everything. Okay, and I actually added a little bit of color to this resin. Just gonna, a little bit there. And this is the deep teal. I'm just gonna use my finger to kind of rub it around. Just to give it a little bit of color. Okay, and then I'm gonna add the butterfly. Just like that. And these little flowers, I love these little flowers, just to kind of tuck here and there. Just gonna go there. And this one is gonna go right up here. Let me see. Just kind of looking at it so everything is lined up, and kind of fluff this flower a little bit more. And I actually am going to take a little bit of gesso and I'm going to dry brush a little bit on the flowers and in the background a little bit. And on here, it kind of just enhances the texture of where I did the stenciling, and then also the texture and the details in the on the metal piece. Is it really, really bright? Is that better? So you can maybe see where it's kind of just highlighting the raised areas of where I did the stenciling. So just like that. You guys can see. Actually going to, so I figured out the how to use the controls while I'm live, so maybe you guys can see that a little bit better. And I just kind of go in until I like how it looks, basically. And now I'm going to take the deep teal again. And I'm just going to do a little bit of splattering. I'm going to use the paintbrush this time. I'm going to take a little bit out with the paintbrush and then just put it on my mat here. And just a little tip, you want to, if you do this and you open up your bottles, make sure you put the cap back on, or you might have a big mess. I've done that before. Okay, so I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of water. And just kind of tap until you like how it looks, I guess. And that's basically it. So that's how it looks. I think I actually might add a little bit of splatters of this one. So I'll just add a little bit on the mat here. Yes, I have been experimenting with colors because I tend to use the same colors a lot, and I just want to broaden my creativity and I think sometimes we tend to use what we know and what is comfortable, but if we just kind of step out of our box a little bit, kind of, you might amaze yourself. So that is it. So let me turn it around actually. So this is this one, and then this one is that. So I did use different flowers, but that's because they were not in stock. These ones were not in stock, so you can hopefully get them if you want to create this project. So a little bit of dimension, and like I said, you can always just kind of rest this on a different item on your mantle, or you can use an easel, or you know, whatever you want. Or you can always use the mounted canvas, and then you can always hang it up. And if you do create one of these, I would love to see it, or if it inspires you to create something totally different, love for you to show us on Live with Prima on Facebook. So be sure to go check it out and share your projects over there. And I'm going to, if nobody has any questions, I'm going to hit stop record. And I want to thank everybody for coming and watching. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to stop recording.